How to thread your Singer Professional 5 for a cover stitch. Start by removing the waist tray. Open the looper cover and move your hand dial so that the clutch is to the right. You can then disengage the upper looper. Move the movable knife out of the way. Set the roll hem lever to R. Install the needles by loosening the screws. I'm going to be demonstrating a wide cover stitch, so I'm using the left and right cover stitch needle positions. Be sure that your needle slides all the way to the top. Repeat with your second cover stitch needle. Lift the presser foot to open the tension discs. Start by grabbing your chain looper thread over the thread guide. Bring your thread through the thread guide and around the disc into the tension disc. Follow the brown guides for this thread path. Thread guide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next thread guide is in the machine. Use your fingers or tweezers to get the thread into that thread guide. Next, clip your thread to have a fresh edge. This will help you get it through the chain looper hole. Use tweezers to pull the thread pull a tail of thread through the looper. Next, use your tweezers to bring your thread into this V cutout of this threader. There is a lever inside that you can push to get the thread in place. Next, we are going to thread the green thread. Bring it through the thread guide. Next, bring the green thread into this thread guide and around the disc. We're then going to head into this tension disc. This thread path can go down to become part of the upper looper or head to the left to be part of a cover stitch needle. I'm showing you a wide cover stitch, so I will be using it in one of my needles. Once through the tension disc, bring it across this plate into the first thread guide. Then up, over, and down into another thread guide. There are 2 thread guides before getting to your needles. Use your hand wheel to access the higher thread guide. Next, clip your thread and thread your right needle. Lastly, we're going to thread the orange needle position. Bring it up into the thread guide and down. Bring the thread into the thread guide and make sure it clicks. Lay it between the tension discs and cross over this thread plate. Set it in the thread guide. Bring it up and over following the same thread path as the other thread until you get to this thread guide. Go to the farthest left. Again, lower your hand wheel to access this thread guide. Set the thread in the thread guide and then in this bottom thread guide. Clip your thread and thread your needle. Bring all your threads into the foot and through the back. Before closing your looper cover, we're going to switch out to the seam guide cover. For a wide cover stitch, your stitch length will start at normal and the auto tension dial should be turned to H. The differential feed and the presser foot pressure dial should be set at N to start. Check out the manual to see what tension disc setting you should have set depending on what stitch you would like to use. Next, we can test our cover stitch. Turn on the machine. I have a piece of fabric that I have folded over a 1-inch hem and I'm going to place under the presser foot right side up. Use the seam guide here as a guide to keep your hem straight and your stitches in line with the hem. Here is my completed cover stitch. As you can see, we've got a professional finish with a folded over edge and parallel stitch lines. And here is what it looks like on the back.